One way of avoiding paying ABSD legally, right, is sell one buy one or sell one buy two. Hi, I'm Ivan.
And I'm Shawn.
And together we are the co-founders of Quadrant. So today we're going to expand on this strategy, right, of selling first before buying. So Shawn, can you share with us a bit more about this?
Yeah, because if you are not going to sell first, means that you're going to pay ABSD. Therefore, the whole context here is you got to sell so that you don't have any property under your name, so that then you can buy a property without ABSD. So now comes the option, right, to actually either jointly buy one property or separately buying one property under each name. So how is this different from decoupling? The main difference over here is decoupling. You do not need to sell your place, all right, to actually buy another property, which means that you retain your home, get one name out, all right, and then of course buy the second property. In this scenario, we are talking about selling your current home, okay, and then proceed on to buy another place or buy two properties each under one name itself. So now, let's talk about the intention.
Yes.
All right, of this selling one, buying two. What's the main intention? Why would people consider selling and then buying it?
Okay, so I think first of all, we answer this question of like selling one to buy two or selling one to buy one. We set the context, right, that this couple, this couple, right, has enough funds to sell one, buy two.
Oh yes, definitely.
Or they can just take the same amount of funds, right, to buy a big ass one.
Correct. Yeah.
Like in this scenario, right, what would you do?
I mean, I would say that different people have a different priority. Okay, for example, the probability of a couple being able to buy, let's say, one landed property and one investment unit, I think the probability is lower because the sheer amount of cash, CPF, loan needed, right? Whereas for someone who, let's say, do not mind buying an investment unit and going for a 3-bedroom condominium, right, that's maybe in the price range of 1.5 million range. Let's say you like staying in Punggol, Sengkang area, right? Then of course I would say that one becomes a lot more possible for this selling one, buying two concept. But the key here is this: the main advantage of selling one, buying two units is that most of it, because one unit you are able to stay, whereas the other unit you are able to rent out, get rental income, alright, to then of course in a way also subsidize your current home, at the same time of course make money through the investment unit. Whereas if you sell one, buy one, alright, then of course your full housing expenses, alright, in Singapore is basically all clumped into this one property, where then you do not have another property to then generate that income.
So which one would you prefer if you are the buyer right now?
Yeah, I mean in a way, a safer strategy would definitely be to sell one, buy two. But currently now I'm in a position where actually two names is in one lah, because I actually have a landed property, and to use one name to get the loan is really not that easier. So I am actually in the process, alright, of course looking at decoupling. I'm looking to do decoupling, alright, and of course using a second name to then buy a second property.
Right. Okay. So for me personally, right, actually I will look into buying two properties also. So in the instance whereby not spending all my money, right, to enjoy myself and having some money set aside, right, as an investment unit to collect rental income to help with the like monthly installments and so, right, sounds much more feasible from a financial stability point of view.
So I would say the biggest motivation is in you looking at the investment unit, the second unit, as a means to generate income, alright, to actually of course to grow wealth, and at the same time to actually somehow or another also cover a little bit of the mortgage on your home itself. So the key thing here is that, I mean, it really doesn't matter which way you go for, because at the end of the day, if you talk about total asset value, you owning two units that is a value of 1.5 million and 1.5 million with a total asset value means it's 1.5 or 1.5 is 3 million, or you owning one property that is also an asset value of 3 million. Actually think about it in terms of portfolio perspective, the same lah, right? Therefore the only difference is the fact that if anything goes wrong in your life or what, right, I think it's a bit tougher to sell your home, alright, which is that one property that you own, the big property that you own, as compared to you selling an investment unit and having that emergency fund to actually maybe push you through this tough period, right? Or alright, if let's say for example you need more cash flow or what, right, that is where then you can even consider selling your investment unit, right, taking the money to even fully pay your home, so that then in this scenario you have less liability or no debt. I think that can also serve as like a worst case scenario. Yeah.
Well, there's actually one more reason, which is about quantum. So in today's context, right, with the rising or the lowering of the total debt and servicing ratio from 60% to 55%, right, it means that bigger properties, right, is less affordable. So the $3 million properties, right, becomes less affordable for the loan on the loan basis.
So I think the decision to be made, as I said, it's not really on the portfolio, how much dollar value you own in real estate kind of perspective. It's more towards how safe you want to be. Okay, because you can live very comfortably in a $1.5 million home, 3-bedder, or you can also live luxuriously in a $3 million property in probably in district 9, 10, 11.
Well, happiness is just about lowering your expectations.
Yeah, either lowering expectation or whichever. So I mean, so that is why, as I say, it's not really based on the asset value idea. It's more towards what makes you in a way safer, all right? And at the end of the day, is if you choose to go for a higher, more luxurious lifestyle, right, then you should have a plan to actually maintain this lifestyle, or at least still grow your funds in other means as well.
So I hope you are learning something from this video. Once again, I'm Ivan.
And I'm Shawn.
And remember to give us a thumbs up. We see you. Bye.